What's been your most successful strategy for attracting deposits this past year?
I think you have to have the pulse of the consumer. In each time frame, some folks are trying to maximize return. Others are trying to find a flight to safety. And you have to understand which segment is trying to accomplish what. For us, we're trying to make sure that not only rates, but type of product fits within that, that market. And then that way you not only attract deposit, but you're also not chasing hot money. So hot money chasing, extremely expensive, doesn't make a lot of sense. There's always going to be a component in that business that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, if you don't fit those products for the right time and for the people that you're serving, then you're going to have a little bit of a problem with that. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. It's not going to be easy. In the next couple of years, it's going to be a lot of deposit wars. Everyone's chasing that same dollar. But again, credit unions provide such an incredible relevancy when it comes to membership. If you just take the step back, understand what they need, and build those either time frames, certificates of deposits with the right type of timing approach, then that's going to be a lot more relevant to them.
I think we always look at, trying to breathe new life, not so much for our member owners, so much as for our team. I think that sales is nothing more than transfer of enthusiasm. And so you got to get your staff pumped up and excited about it, whether it's in digital or whether it's in person. And so at Peak Credit, it's one thing that we do. We make sure that we have fresh new promos and we're bringing new things to the market. So maybe something wasn't as enticing to the member owners or to our employees before, but maybe this one is. And so we're starting to see some really good results over the past 30 days. So we were struggling early on, but as we continue to put this multi-campaign approach in play, the results are starting to come to fruition.
So do you see that different groups react to different promos?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, even subject line. So like the words we choose to use in the subject line on an email marketing campaign, for instance, or, the imagery that we use in a social media post absolutely does drive results.
Personally speaking, I'm a big fan of certificates. And I say that especially in uncertain economic environments because it at least allows you to plan in the cycles, right? If you're really good with data, you can plan ahead. You can look at what runoff you're comfortable with. You can look at, your pricing on a dynamic basis. We moved from a model where we were meeting once a month in ALCO and looking back. Now we have our ALCO discussions really on a daily basis by looking at the data, implementing any changes that we need to, and not waiting for one point in a month at a several-hour-long meeting and then seeing weeks later whether or not it made a difference. Again, implementing the data and having your strategy. I also think it's important to note that any given year, your credit union's strategy could change. So us, for example, we are getting ready to cross the 10 billion threshold, but we're undergoing some really important readiness assessments and some major projects. They're going to help us figure out how close to ready are we, what things do we need to implement before we just blindly cross that threshold. And our deposit pricing strategy is a critical part of that at this moment in time.